We got about 2 hours before we're doing Otai. Brought this thing home to get it bulldog ready. Got some fun stuff planned for tonight. Let's get after it. So, if he'll quit barking, if he'll quit barking long enough, I could tell this story. You're a good boy. You're such a good boy. I know. You're a big, fierce bulldog. You want to get up and look? There you go. Come on, sit in the seat. There you go. You can see what's going on. He does not like the sound of tractors when they back up. That sound. Yeah, you don't like that sound, do you? He does not like that. I might have brought him to the wrong spot. But traveling with the dog, a little bit different. In addition to the pre-trip, I had to go through and be sure, like, do you have a leash? Of course. Do you have a harness? He's wearing it. Do you have a pet bed? Yep, it takes up the entire floor. Do you have a pet carrier? Only if he's bad. Did you bring poop bags? Uh-huh. How about snacks for him? You bet. What about snacks for you? Only the best. I'm just hoping this story comes through on my channel and doesn't come through to you as some sort of breaking news out of San Diego like my wife suspects it will.
Breaking news out of San Diego, where a dog in a commercial vehicle may have led to a 17-vehicle pileup.
Lou, are you going to put this trailer in 116 for me? Is tonight the night you learn how to back? All right, so what's my night been like tonight? It's been educational, and it's been a bunch of weird stuff. I kind of laid the groundwork for this in another video I made talking about relay rates. Kind of a new series I started on the channel talking about basically just trying to answer the 3 most common questions I get on here. What does a load board look like? How do I book loads? And when I book those loads, how do I stay local? But kind of laid the groundwork for that here. Had tonight started out with 3 total loads, staying in town the whole time. I've not been further than like 20 miles from my house all night. A bunch of kind of one-ways a couple going up to Poway. Those are done. It's kind of the break in my night now. It is 3:43. I'm tired. I'm getting tired. One more load to do. I'm probably going to get the whole night done on about 27 gallons of fuel. So far I've spent 18. But we'll see how the night goes. I should be able to get up to Carmel Mountain and then make it home on 9 gallons. Had to be a trailer detective earlier. This is how it went down. Lou, you stay here for just a minute. I'll be right back. You're a good boy, and I will give you a treat when I get back. You stay. You're a good boy. Put your head in. Yep. All right. Here's a real world scenario you may find yourself in. I got here, dog's going crazy. It's telling me to go to slip 512. And I come pulling in here. I still hear Lou barking back there. And 512 is empty. No trailer here. So you start thinking, what's a logical mistake that could happen on that? 512, don't know if you can see it, but it says the trailer ID ends in 5789. So what I start doing is I start driving around the yard looking for the last 4 digits of that trailer. And sure enough, logical mistake, I'm covering 521, but somebody put 512 and 521. And I know that because the trailer ID 5789 matches what I see on my app. So save a trip to the guard shack and figure that out on your own. Now, if that same thing had happened to me, a year ago, that probably would have been about a 45-minute ordeal. I would have showed up to that parking slip, not seen the trailer there, not known what to do. The only reason I did know what to do is it's happened to me before, and I share it with you, hopefully, so your learning curve doesn't have to be as drastic as mine was with Amazon. First full night out with Lou. He's done great. I took him out a couple weeks ago, and he was just too young to go. He actually I left him in the truck for like 5 minutes, and unbeknownst to me, I found out the next day he unplugged my ELD. So that was a treat. I've had the thing plugged in this whole time, never had a disconnect, and now I have a disconnect on my record. So if I'm ever referring a DOT officer to this video, it was him. But yeah, a bunch of weird stuff. So the trailer thing, got up to Poway for one of the trips. There was a truck that was broken down there. I'd never seen this happen before. You know, it's kind of one of those things, kind of brings up the question, hey, stop that, stop, you're a good boy. Kind of brings up the question, like, what happens when a trailer or tractor and trailer are blocking all the dock doors? You know, what happens in a situation like that? Fortunately, I was able to I had to blindside back the trailer in, and they were kind of up there asking me if I knew how to do that, and I said, you know, I was kind of seeing if somebody could be my eyes, and then it dawned on me, I have a drone, and you know, getting that drone just sitting right up above the trailer I was able to blindside back it right into a spot like a pro. Not a pro, but I kind of looked like a pro there for a minute. Felt good. But I got that done. Normally, and you know, a couple big changes have happened on the load board. I'd say in the last, one of them has been in the last week. Another one was a couple months ago. Normally this time of the night, I wouldn't be sitting here making this video. Normally I'd be watching that load board like a hawk. They've kind of, a couple months ago, they kind of did, they really started enforcing this ineligible driver thing. And what it means is you're time barred essentially from booking a load. So, you know, if I, like a 2-3 hour gap in my night like I have right now, even if they dropped a load right now, that load would say start in, like, let's say at least 30 minutes from now. And if Amazon gives you so much time to do these loads that it would then prevent you from booking it on the back end. My next load, I'm due at Sand 5 at 5:30. Well, even if they dropped a load now, that load would be starting at, let's say, 4:15. Even if it were something that were simple, like going across the street from, let's say, like a Sand 3, Sand 5, my favorite load in the world. You usually pay $200 for that. That load is going to take 15-20 minutes tops. Even though I could get it done, if I were to mistakenly, and I do say mistakenly with all seriousness, even if I were to mistakenly book that, and even though I'd have time to do it and still make it to Sand 5 by 5:30 for my next load, it would prevent me from doing that. That's the whole, they've really cracked down on this whole ineligible driver thing. Made some prior content about it. And then on top of that, the other change that's happened on the load board has been in the last 7 days. They stopped highlighting. They used to highlight new loads as green. Price fluctuations, if the price went up, those would show up as green. If the price went down, that would show up as red. And then time changes, whenever they'd bump the time back an hour, like if a load stayed on there too long and they bumped it back, it would show up as green. They've taken away all color notifications. So that's made it kind of difficult, kind of still like a work in progress. I don't expect Amazon to make it any easier on me to make money. But, you know, basically how I react to it is you know, and I'm not complaining. I will find a way to survive in this. But yeah, it's just kind of weird to not see green highlights, red highlights, anything like that. So been keeping an eye on the spot capacity. They had one earlier for going from Sand 5 to Vista and then all the way up to Riverside. It's kind of neat to see them bump this. All day they'd been trying to send this for cheap. I mean, it never got above like $300. I think it was like $217, $220 a mile, something like that. They sent out spot capacity tonight offering $500. I know they'd probably do at least $650 on that, at least. And then got another one kind of out of my area, but this one was Ontario going out to Shafter, 160 miles. They're offering $464. I'll bet you they'd at least accept $600 on that. Usually my rule of thumb is like 15-20%, but what I'm keeping an eye on now is just you know, is this next load I have is arrive at Sand 5 at 5:30, depart at 6:15. I will be done. It's a one-way up to Carmel Mountain, so I'm kind of looking for loads starting about 7:15. Nothing really catching my eye right now, but if anything else drops, I'll add it to this. If not, in case I get tired and in case I call it a night, I hope this video serves you well. Appreciate you for watching. Take care.